Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SI Talk. Wieder ein Startinterview, Oktober 2017, URZ Energy. Und Todd Hilditch ist Executive Chairman und irgendwie kommt mir das vor wie ein Déjà-vu-Erlebnis. Vielleicht können Sie noch erinnern an die Firma Uranerz, wo ich eigentlich von Anfang an dabei war, wo auch, wie soll man sagen, jetzt die Uranerz wurde ja verkauft dann vor 2 Jahren, glaube ich. Und sozusagen gibt es jetzt eine neue Nachfolgefirma URZ Energy. Und die Leute, die dort dabei sind, sind auch großteils oder waren großteils auch bei der alten Uranerz aktiv. Interessant, dass man mit einer Uranfirma sich in einer Phase, wo ja der Markt nach wie vor depressiv ist bei Uran, sich an die Börse traut. Aber der Todd wird uns das sicher erklären, warum er das so gemacht hat. Todd, thank you for your time, and I say this in my German introduction. It looks like for me it's a déjà vu. Many people from the old Uranerz, and I was also starting from the beginning by Uranerz. I was involved. I was shareholder, and we did Uranerz sold 2 years ago or something, or 2.5 years or two. Around 2.5 years, and this is a lot of the people there was involved in the old Uranerz are now founder or director or whatever by the new URZ Energy. But why a company or why you start a company in this kind of depressed Uran sector?
Well, thank you, Joe, for having me. There's a couple reasons, and I think it maybe to understand the story of why we came together is important to put this together. This company is really a merger of two management companies that came from the green energy side of the business. Obviously, Uranerz, and then our management team and our company back in 2009 and 10, we started a lithium company, green energy, very early in the sector growth. We were very successful in acquiring assets in Chile, and over time we took the company public and took the stock from 16 cents to $1.25, and we were taken out by the world's largest lithium company. That gave us an opportunity to provide a very good return for the shareholders, but then also the company that purchased us was bought another year later. So we were able to return in a very early green energy space, 10 times money for shareholders. And when we sold the company, we were still passionate about green energy. We had a private uranium company that had assets in the Western United States. And we were fortunate enough to go and purchase from Energy Fuels some Wyoming in situ and hard rock assets, uranium assets. We bought about 15 million pounds for give or take about 4 or 5 cents a pound. So we thought that it was a very good deal in a very depressed market, as you say. But our feeling was if there was a time to start acquiring assets, it was now, and that was about a year ago. About 6 months later, I was introduced to Glenn Catchpole, former CEO of Uranerz, as well as introduced to Dennis Higgs, former chairman. And I explained to them the basis of our company and asked if they'd be interested in maybe coming together based on their success, as you say, of selling Uranerz to Energy Fuels, having two management companies that have had both wins for shareholders. And had a passion for green energy and the uranium space, we came together. So it's an opportunity, we think, to buy assets in a depressed market. Obviously, Fukushima had a drastic effect on the space, but we do see that changing over time with the need for clean energy.
So your business model is at the moment to buy assets, uranium assets, cheap with this depressed market. And then when it's take off, you also develop this projects, or you are still more interested to acquire projects?
Well, we're going to do both. With the assets that we purchased from Energy Fuels, the old Strathmore assets in Wyoming, Our CEO, Glenn Catchpole, is there today actually to take a look. We will spend time on growing the assets in pounds in the ground, and then also because of Glenn's experience with ISR and the Nichols Ranch project that they have moved forth with Uranerz, we feel that we have the expertise and the financial backing to be able to continue to grow these assets. The idea is not to just sit on our hands and buy pounds and wait forever. Obviously, we'd like to see a bump up in the uranium prices, and that would be for everybody in our sector. But the idea is to continue to acquire on the cheap, and then develop slowly, and then as the market turns, grow the company as well.
Do you think that with this low uranium price, that companies can make out profit of this price?
No, I think it's pretty tough. At $20 a pound, give or take, in spot prices, there's not very many in the world that are going to be able to turn a profit in these times. There's a few reasons why that model needs to be broken down, including some of the long-term contracts that existed. But that said, if you look at sort of the demand for the green energy and post-Fukushima, there was a knee-jerk reaction, obviously. But if you look at the demand going forward, I believe the statistic is that if the utilities over the next 12 years are going to need, I think it's 12 billion pounds of uranium. So the demand is going to increase, and if that's the case, we suspect that the supply is going to need to catch up at some point. And then with a little bit of luck, the uranium prices will fall into line. Maybe not back to the $90 a pound or beyond that, but if we can get up to that 30, 40, 50, 60, you'll start to see some of the companies come off the sidelines, including ourselves.
Okay. Then I remember the discussion was I have with Dennis and so on when Uranerz was still public, that every time we expect now a new move in the uranium price, especially then when the Russian what was the bombs to energy contract is running out, that this helps the uranium price, but never happens. That was the frustrating part. So coming back to project, you have at the moment this project what you acquired by Energy Fuels, the old Strathmore project, or do you have more projects too?
Well, those are our three primary assets. They contain the 15 million plus pounds. Prior to doing that deal and prior to Glenn Catchpole coming on as CEO, we also had some more hard rock Western United States, Colorado and Utah assets. And we also have three stockpiles, uranium stockpiles, that are within 2.5 miles from the production facility that is just south of us, that was just sold to Anfield from Uranium One. Now that is in care and maintenance, so it's not like we can ship the ore, but we are also within a mile of the Energy Fuels White Mesa, the Tony M mine. Which is also in care and maintenance. So we have stockpile uranium, we have some other assets, but if you take those and include them with what we just purchased from Energy Fuels, we've got a good basis, I think, to start our company.
Coming to shareholder structure, how many shares are outstanding? Where are the biggest groups, and what is the float?
There's about 36 million shares out. When fully diluted, I should say, 26 on a issued and outstanding, and that really is a combination of our old private company, which was rolled back 6.5 to 1, as well as with new shareholders that came in as part of pre-IPO and IPO. So with that group, and the IPO was done at 15 cents. So for the most part, the cost base of the original shareholders, my group, are somewhere between 35 and 65 cents. So they really need to see the stock grow in order for them to probably look at whether they wanted to sell some stock. But the group the structure is very strong. The new shareholders, I believe, are strong, and they're spread out, mostly retail within Europe, and then some in North America. Haywood Securities did the IPO, so there's some distribution also there, but strong group of shareholders. With I think everybody is in the same mindset that stay together, keep the structure strong, and then as we go forward, we can add financing, we could add projects, etc.
This brings me to a point. I'm a shareholder of the company, so I have a conflict of interest. Sorry, I forgot this in the beginning to say. How much cash you have?
We have about $1.5 million in the treasury today, Canadian, and that is certainly enough for a low burn rate that we have, and then also for opportunities going forth. If there was a big acquisition that we were looking at, we would of course have to do another financing. But I think what we'll do is wait until we get a little further down the line on any additional financing.
Okay, Todd, I think this was a good start interview. Next time when I come over and we have time, we can maybe go more in detail, or you're coming up with some news.
Sure.
Ja, das war interessantes Startinterview, wie gesagt, der Déjà-vu-Erlebnis. Und was ich vorher vergessen habe zu sagen, ich bin selber Aktionär, ich bin einer dieser europäischen Aktionäre, die sozusagen mit diesem IPO reingekommen sind, beziehungsweise ich habe die Aktie natürlich vorher gekauft schon. Ja, meine erste Frage war, was ist der Grund, warum man jetzt eine Uran Company startet? Ich meine, das macht ja absolut bei diesem depressiven Preis ja offensichtlich ja nicht wirklich viel Sinn. Er sagt halt natürlich, man kauft diese Assets natürlich billig auf, weil es natürlich auch kaum einer haben will. Sie haben jetzt vor ein paar Jahren oder vor 2 Jahren von Energy Fuels, die auch die alte Uranerz gekauft haben, einige Projekte abgekauft. Die haben damals Strathmore übernommen, das war ein Teil dieser Projekte. Da haben sie auch 15 Millionen Pfund Uran schon drauf. Die müssen sie jetzt teilweise natürlich auch nochmal bestätigen und so weiter. Der CEO, Glenn Ketchupol, ist gerade unten und schaut sich die ganzen Daten an. Der war auch damals der CEO von Uranerz. Und ja, das ist sozusagen ein Starting Point, aber sie wollen auch weiter akquirieren, plus natürlich auch die bestehenden Projekte weiterentwickeln, dass wenn dann der Uranpreis abgeht, sie natürlich in einer sehr guten Position sind. Habe mir am Anfang leicht dieses First Mining Businessmodell irgendwie erinnert, ist es allerdings nicht ganz, weil sie beide Ansätze gleichzeitig fahren. Außerdem ist es natürlich so, dass er nicht mehr davon ausgeht, dass der Uranpreis so durch die Decke geht, wie es eben 2007, 2008 war, wo wir irgendwo bei $90 waren, oder glaube ich in der Spitze sogar $120. Das glaubt er nicht mehr, aber es muss eigentlich laut seiner Meinung irgendwann das Angebot nachholen nach der Nachfrage, weil ist klar, irgendwann sind die Atomkraftwerke brauchen dann irgendwann einmal ihr Uran, sonst laufen die nicht mehr. Und wenn man anschaut, was weltweit gebaut ist, irgendwoher muss ja das Zeug kommen. Ja, wir werden sehen, was in Zukunft ist, weil da sind wir gar nicht ins Detail reingegangen. Wie gesagt, das eine Modell ist Akquisition von weiteren Projekten zum billigen Preis und Weiterentwicklung ihrer bestehenden Projekte. Und die Projekte haben es nicht nur in situ, wie es damals bei Uranerz war, sondern auch Hardrock oder auch Tailings zur Aufbereitung. Also ganz eine interessante Sache. Schauen wir mal, was rauskommt, und nächstes Mal wissen wir schon mehr. Tschüss und Baba, das war aus Vancouver 2017, Oktober. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.